you guys? It's Adana. So I had a question asked by Ebony the PA. So shout out to you, Ebony. She asked me if it was difficult to get into my particular women's health career because she heard that the field is becoming saturated with certified nurse midwives, and it's something that she wanted to get into. So I just wanted to kind of briefly run through my whole process of getting into becoming a women's health PA and OBGYN PA, and see if I can offer some insight to you guys as well. So if you're interested in becoming an OBGYN PA or knowing more about it, this video is for you. Let's get into it right now. Alright, what's up you guys? It's Adana. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. So, as you guys know, I made my transition from trauma, acute care surgery to OBGYN, and it's like a slight transition because I still, come to trauma and do trauma on really just day shifts now. I'm not doing any 24-hour trauma shifts. I've only been picking up half shifts. So that's been, I think, a little bit better when it comes to managing my work-life balance and kind of what I want for my life. So it's been great. But it wasn't like I got straight out of PA school and went to becoming a women's health PA. And, I think that it's very difficult to do that because the jobs that I was looking at when I was coming straight out of PA school was asking for 3 and 5 years of experience in women's health. And I was like, I'm a new grad. I don't have that experience. You're asking for experience. You're asking for a PA, right? Or an NP. But then you're asking for all these years of experience. How do we get our foot in the door? And that is something that I always kind of, took a little offense to as a new grad, because to me it's okay, you can train me up in the ways, right? You can help me understand and learn what you want me to do, and as long as things are going well, there's good retention there. So that's just my little qualm about that. But for me, I got into acute care surgery first, and then after almost 3 years, I transitioned to women's health because the position opened up. Now, is it being oversaturated with certified nurse midwives and NPs? I don't know. When it comes to being a certified nurse midwife, they do all of the non-complicated deliveries that and work on the labor and delivery side. And obviously they do mother baby as well. If they delivered a patient, then they follow them for the full essentially throughput from start to finish as they leave the hospital. For us, we do a lot of all of the consults. So, going down to the emergency department and dealing with any abnormal uterine bleeding or ovarian torsions or hemorrhagic cysts, those type of things. Those are things that we manage along with any of the complicated vaginal deliveries that our attendings delivered. We manage them post delivery on the mother baby unit, and then obviously all of the C-sections, we do that as well. So I think that there's a place for PAs in the women's health realm. Obviously, I think that the NP profession as a whole is a little bit more appealing because and they don't really need a supervising provider per se, and when it comes to, so that makes it easier for the onboarding and hiring process, but also they are helping out with the deliveries. Now obviously if you are certified as a certified first assist, then you can help as a nurse with respect to being in the OR and following. And then, depending on the office that you may be working with, maybe the attending might kind of treat you more like a resident and teach you how to help them in the OR and first assist as an NP. But when it comes to all things surgical, that's where that's our wheelhouse as PA. So I wouldn't say that it's being oversaturated, but I definitely do think that there are more midwives in the field of women's health than there are PAs, and it's just simply because they are not only just working in the outpatient setting but also working inpatient with the vaginal deliveries. For me, my little process into getting into women's health was a little bit different than your standard because I I would say maybe 3 months of rotation as a student. I took 2 of my electives and I did them as women's health, and then I had obviously a women's health rotation, and that was simply because I knew that that's where I wanted to be. I wanted to be in women's health, so I made sure that I went and I got the education and the experience that I could take and be like, oh, okay, well, I did this during PA school, but it just so happened that where I did my rotations, I also got a job there, and so I was able to like build really good relationships and keep in contact with the women's health PAs and just kind of like plant the bug, like, hey guys, you know, I still want to be an OBGYN PA, like, you know, if anything opens up, you know, think of me. But it took a little while because they were already fully staffed and there wasn't enough like inflow of patients to warrant another provider. But once that happened and it was really just a part-time position initially, I was like, hey, I'll take part-time, I'll do part-time OB, part-time trauma if that's an option. And they were like, yeah, like maybe it's something that we can work on, where you can pick up like 1 or 2 OB shifts here and there, but you still really need to be full-time trauma. And then one of the OBGYN PAs like decided that she no longer wanted to work at the hospital, like she was gonna do other ventures, and I was like, pick me, I'm here, I'm ready. So that's kind of how it worked out for me. But I think that when it comes to you knowing that you want to be in women's health, because the whole like needing experience is very big, what you should really do is, if you're able to choose your rotation site or even an elective, you know, look for places that may be willing to hire you when you get out, or maybe looking to hire somebody, or may not even know that they're looking to hire somebody, but just do a really good job on your rotation so you can build those bridges. Because even if they don't hire you, maybe they know somebody that is hiring or looking for PAs. So that's really like it when it comes to just building relationships, not burning bridges, building the bridges. I think that's like key and important when you're looking at these particular specialties that require a little bit more education and experience. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful. Thanks for that question, Ebony. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any other questions for me, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at AdannaThePA, and on Instagram at Get That C University, where we help you not only get into but through PA school. And I know people have been asking me, am I still doing like personal statement reviews and consultations? And yes, I am, along with like other people on the site. So like I'm not the only one, but you know, if you do want a personal statement review or a consultation or a mock interview, hit up Get That C University, because that is the only place where I'm like scheduling that. Okay, so getthatcuniversity.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you guys next time.